Hello, Darren Chang, again doing a review on another messenger bag. And this one is made by Mountainsmith. It's called the Hoist Messenger. I've always liked Mountainsmith because their products are actually very well made, but they don't cost that much. They actually are one of the best values that exist out there. All right, well, I just ran out to look at the receipt, and actually this is only an $80 bag, which is pretty remarkable. Again, great value for what you get here. All right, so let's start as usual. We're going to go from the outside to the in, held together with a couple of Fastex-like buckles. They are hidden behind the flap, so they have a nicer, cleaner look in that way. Of course, the ubiquitous little loop here for you to attach a blinky light for when you're cycling. And along the top of the bag, a couple of nice things here. So there's a slot here for me to put my sunglasses. It does go down, so the extent of this pocket, as you can see, is where I'm drawing the line right now, where the stitching is. So it's not quite on top, but it certainly is not on the front panel where you could, essentially, somebody could hit your bag from the side and crush your sunglasses if they're in here. It is not fleece lined, which is too bad, but heck, it's better than most that don't have anything there. We can see that there's a nice handle here, and it's got some three-dimensionality to it so that you can hold on to it for a long period of time without it cutting into your fingers, so that's a nice little feature there. And it has a couple of side pockets here. These are side pockets that are large enough for probably a small water bottle, one on either side. And you can reach right in there. I might actually end up putting my car keys or something in there. You could put a collapsible umbrella in there if you wanted to. They are a good size. In fact, let me see if a larger sized water bottle will fit. Hold on just a sec. This is 750 ml Camelback. And of course the bag is not filled right now, so this is a little silly, but you can easily fit that water bottle in here as long as the bag isn't so packed to the gills. So that's kind of nice, being able to fit a good sized water bottle in there. The other thing that's interesting is you'll notice that the way that these straps are attached to the bag, they have these sort of extra arms that come out. The reason that's important, and you'll notice that was one of my criticisms of the Patagonia bag, is that those that have, the bags that have the straps, the shoulder straps attached directly to the sides, they can cause the lid to actually flip up and then allow for water to get in. So the fact that you have these things attached low, relatively low on the side of the bag, means that these stay clear and allow these, what I refer to as the skirts, to come over the top and offer an additional amount of waterproofing there. So it's a nice design. But most importantly, you'll see that there's, in this side, this little sort of arm that comes up out of the way, there's a zippered pocket. Now, indeed, the zippered pocket is big enough to fit an iPhone 5S, but not so easily that you'd want to do it, because getting in there to take out the iPhone S wouldn't be such an easy thing to do. It's just kind of a pain. I'd rather reach in and grab something out of a slot. They probably would have been better served to have put the zipper right along the edge so that this could just slide right in, rather than having to go in kind of like a tissue box and insert and pull out things that way. So who knows what I'll put in there. Maybe I'll put my car keys in this spot because it's a good sort of location. I don't know, maybe my chapstick, who knows. Okay, so held in with these Fastex buckles, like I said, and unfortunately, yep, Velcro. You know how much I hate having Velcro. Again, one way to solve this is just to go to your local fabric store and get a piece of Velcro that is the opposite of the one that's down here to cover this up, so then obviously it won't engage in that process. All right, so here we have a front zipper here, which shows you a pocket that is the extent of what you see the stitching right here. It even goes up into the corners here, so this entire thing is a pocket. It's a generic pocket. It is zippered, which is nice for security. There is a key fob in there if you want to attach your keys to there. Nice feature there. The great thing about this is that it is a bright color in the interior, which makes it a lot easier for you to find things in the bottom. The dark grays may look cool, but they're not really that great in terms of being able to sight things. So having a bright color on the inside is really a bonus. So let me turn this around so you can see what's on the interior. On the interior wall, you can see we have a zippered pocket. Who knows, this seems like a great spot for my wallet. So it fits in there sort of perfectly, plus it's secure, so it's not going to go anywhere. All right, so I like that design. And then there's nothing else on this wall. Okay, it's nice and clean. And another thing that's a benefit here is that this bag is actually cut so that the bottom is flat. So that means when it's full, it's going to stay up on its own. Again, that's one of the things that bothered me a little bit about the Patagonia and some other packs, or bags, not just Patagonia does this, where they make it look cute by having it sweep upwards from the back of the bag to the front of the bag. And what that leads to is your bag tipping over like that because there's no flat surface that it can sit on. Okay, so look at this organizer panel. You can see that we got quite a bit of things here. We have 4 slots for pens or a stylus. We have some credit card slots, which I'll never use for credit cards. This is going to be where I put sort of my USB cables, maybe my pack of gum, who knows what I put in there. A stretchy pocket here, neoprene front. Maybe that's where they'd want me to put my cell phone. Again, it's a great place for an iPhone, a 5S and smaller, but it's not going to fit a 6, which is too bad. And then another, behind this, it's a much larger pocket, and I could imagine fitting, like I have a battery backup that could go in there, any number of things could go in this larger pocket behind there, and then there's a twin larger pocket behind there as well where I could put a whole bunch of cables. This is a really nice organizer. I think it does just enough to allow you to organize your stuff, but not so much that it has tiny little places, tiny little slots where not much will fit into them. Behind this, so this divider right here is padded, it's foam padded. Clearly you're going to be able to put your device here. In this case I could easily put a 15-inch MacBook Pro in there. For my case, because I use an iPad more often than anything else, the iPad mini will have no problem fitting in there. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a separate tablet area for this, so you'd have to have your tablet sitting right next to your MacBook if you wanted it to be the carry both with you at the same time. Let me go grab my MacBook Pro so I can show you how nicely it slots in there. Okay, here's my 15-inch MacBook Pro. Slides in here, no problem. There is nothing to secure it. Now that's interesting. So there's no sort of simple buckle or anything here to secure it in place, which means that if you happen to turn this upside down with the flap open, there is a chance that your device is going to slide out of there. So that would be nice if they did have that. Unfortunately, I think that's a mark against this bag. Okay, so let me go ahead and cover it up and see what we have in the back here. As I said, we have the top pocket, and as you move towards the back here, we do not have a flap into which I could slide file folders or the mail when I go to get it, which is unfortunate. Nor does this, it doesn't have that sleeve that allows you to slip the whole bag over the handle of your rollaway luggage. So that's too bad. However, what it does have here, as you can see, is it looks like this is a rear pocket, but it's not just a rear pocket. It's a rear pocket that gives you access to the computer compartment. So that means you can get access to your computer or your tablet or whatever without having to open up the rest of your bag. I think that's incredibly handy. I wish more packs would have, or more bags would have that as an option. It is an inverted zipper, so it'll give it some level of waterproofing, which is absolutely necessary in this kind of situation if you have your gear right there, your electronic gear right there. The shoulder strap is adjustable, as they all are. It's got a fairly thin and not too grippy pad here. Wish it were a little bit bigger. That's the one great thing about the Patagonia is it has a really large padded shoulder area. And then you can see here it also has a stabilizing strap, which you could use if you're cycling or running across campus and need to stabilize things. My guess is I would just sort of tuck this up into the little pocket. There's a small area here that might be able to accommodate this whole thing, and I'd largely ignore this. All right, so there you go. It's a pretty good pack. I think that's everything. It feels really well built. The one thing I have worried about in the past with Mountainsmith is sometimes their stitching is a little off, and it looks like they sort of did a nicer job on this. Everything seems to be welded and double stitched, so it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Okay, hope this helps out. Again, look at my other reviews of bags before you buy. Take care.